Is it me, or is there a new video about side hustles popping up every single day on YouTube? I just had to add my 2 cents in and put this list together to tell you guys about my favorite legit side hustles that can make you money from the comfort of your home sooner than later. And this video will be a little bit different than most on YouTube because I want to go into a little bit deeper about the strategies that can actually help you start making money right away. And make sure you guys stay to the end if you're interested in hearing about how I make a few coins online as well. Hey everybody, my name is Lillian, and if you're new, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any further videos. Now let's get right into it. So my first side hustle on the list here is podcasting. I absolutely love podcasting and I love listening to podcasts because they just give you so much. I mean, you can get a wealth of information from podcasts, and it's also a really good way to make money, as I'm going to explain to you guys here. So if you know, or if you listen to podcasts, you know it could be a really, really great source of information, and free information at that. And the best part about podcasting is that you can talk about whatever you like, literally whatever you want, from the most random things to like news, entertainment, sports. You can make a profitable podcast out of pretty much anything that you enjoy or any category. And this can basically be about you talking about a certain topic, or you can actually do a podcast where you invite guests on your show and you simply interview them. Those are some of my favorite podcasts because I love to hear the perspectives of other people on certain topics. So let's go over some of the ways to make money through podcasting. So the first way you can make money is through asking for donations, or something similar to what some creators do on YouTube, which is using Patreon to support your podcast. Now this is simply, it could be at the beginning or the end of your podcast episode, simply asking people to donate, what they deem is valuable for listening to your podcast. And that's one of the most simple ways to do it. I'm not personally too crazy about that way of making money because I don't know how sustainable that is, but it is a good way to get started, especially if you just want to make a couple extra dollars just from people listening to you. Now, another way that you can make money through podcasting, you can create paid membership tiers, which is basically like when you hear podcasters talking about different tiers, such as like a $3 tier, a $6 tier, or a $10 tier a month membership, where you get access to like exclusive content. I think that's a more concrete way of doing things because you know exactly the value that you're going to be providing and the value that you're going to be receiving from your audience. Another way to make money through podcasting is through sponsorships or selling ad slots. So basically, when you're listening to a podcast and you hear them like go off and start talking about a specific product, you know that company actually sponsored that episode on that podcast. It's kind of similar to YouTube AdSense, where you'll see a video or an ad in between a video. So it's just like that. Another way is to sell repurposed content. You can also repurpose your show on YouTube, which is what a lot of podcasters have started doing. Basically taking their whole podcast episode and putting it on YouTube, or doing vice versa, taking your YouTube videos and putting that on podcast platforms. So either way works. You can also sell merch. I'm not crazy about selling merch just because I guess I have a different idea of what merch really is. Like, I want to buy clothes that just like make sense, but I don't really care about buying clothes of like different brands and influencers and stuff like that. Although I do think it's a good way to feel attached to who you're supporting. But that's not my favorite way. But a lot of people actually make a good amount of money on merch, especially what I've seen on YouTube. So that's another way you could consider making money through a podcast. Of course, once you start to build your brand up through your podcast, you can also do public speaking gigs. And that's really cool because you're basically talking about what you talk about on the podcast now in person. So it's just basically taking your expertise off the podcast in person and getting paid to do so. And usually you can command a good amount of money because you're spending your time and effort and money to get to a certain location to now present to people. So you're using a little bit more energy than you would obviously to do a podcast. So you can typically command a higher amount of money, or a good amount of money, to do public speaking gigs. And as you do that, what I've noticed is the more bigger gigs you land, the bigger amount of money that you can command. Of course, you can always create a course or any digital products. Honestly, that's one way that any creator can make money. They have a good enough or a big enough platform or a big enough audience for people that they'll actually be interested in their products. So once you've built your brand up and your audience a little bit more, or to a sustainable amount, you can always create a course or any other digital products that your audience might be interested in for them to purchase from you. And then of course you can also sell consulting services, like if you want to do like group coaching or like one-on-one services, and that's always a great way to make money. Obviously you're now trading your time for money, so you have to evaluate what makes sense for you, but one-on-one coaching is always a great way to make money. So the keys to making money with a podcast, as I mentioned, that you pretty much have to build your audience first by giving valuable content. So it's not a fast thing. You have to be able to put out enough episodes to actually get people engaged and get people listening, and then you can start to build your forms of passive or your forms of income once you've built yourself up a little bit. And once you are building yourself up, you're kind of like building a community. You have to be very intentional about turning your audience into a community. So like a lot of people, they might build like a Facebook group dedicated to the podcast so other people could chime in on discussions, or they might build some type of community to really, connect with people a little bit more. So once again, podcasting is a really great way. So make sure you guys look into it if that's something that interests you. Now, number 2 on the list of side hustles or top 7 side hustles is creating an email newsletter. Now, what is an email newsletter? It's basically what I'm saying. It's a newsletter it's a letter or email that provides you information about news or whatever topics that, is specific to that newsletter. It could be about anything. Now, depending on the industry or the business, the newsletter could be anything from information. It could be coupons. It could be promotional items. It could be news, as I mentioned. It can literally be anything, but it's an email that gets sent to you that you sign up for. It gets sent to you and you're able to check it. Just I feel like typically you get emails from companies on like a weekly basis at least. So it's not something that you'll probably be looking at every single day, but it is or should be valuable information that a company can provide you. So an email newsletter is something that you can start if you want to start a side hustle, because again, you can do it from the comfort of your home and it's really, really simple. The concept of creating a newsletter is similar to all the other side hustles I'm going to talk about today, which is building audience to now be able to provide them even more in-depth information. So let's say you do have a podcast and now you're directing people to your email newsletter. Now you're giving people more in-depth information because you get to basically slide into their inbox whenever you want. So you have to be able to provide different information from what you're providing on your podcast or wherever that you're building your audience to now direct it to your email newsletter. And although this is kind of like an older way of doing it, it's still one of the best ways to sell your audience directly, because you're getting that direct to consumer opportunity to be able to sell them. So how you do it is kind of, as I already mentioned, where you have to build up an audience on one platform and then funnel that audience into your email funnel, basically. So you want to be able to provide valuable content in your email funnel, and it's similar to a book or a concept that Gary Vee talked about, which is jab, jab, hook, which is basically saying that, provide as much content or as much valuable information to your audience as possible. The information are the jabs, and then when you're ready to sell something, then you hook them. So that's something you want to do in your email newsletter to be able to monetize it. And there's different ways of monetizing. You can also do similar ways from podcasting in email letters, so sponsored content. There are companies and businesses that will pay you to provide a certain piece of information to your audience, because maybe your audience is like super specific in what they're looking for. You could do affiliate marketing, where you're basically able to sell other people's products or refer your audience to other people's products. And that's one of the best ways of making money online, just because it's really, really simple. All you're doing is your audience trusts you, so when you're referring them a product, they're going to believe that this product actually works. So you just make sure it's products that actually work and product that you actually believe in. So you could do that, or as always, you can create your own products, your own digital products or physical products. I prefer digital products. They could be courses, consulting, masterminds, any type of like online service or product that you want to provide. You can do that within the email newsletter. Now, another thing you could do within a newsletter, or another type of newsletter that you can create, is a paid newsletter. I've personally never signed up to a paid newsletter, so I don't know how well these do, but I'm sure there are certain niches in which they do well. And this is basically where every subscriber will pay to join your newsletter. Typically newsletters are free, but a paid newsletter, they might pay anywhere from $2 to about $10 a month to receive any basically super exclusive content. As I said, I've never signed up for one, but they're definitely out there, and there's some that are making money. So that's one way you can also create a newsletter. And this model is really good because anything that you can receive a recurring revenue is really, really good for like passive income. So it's something that where you don't have to put in the work every single day, but if you can set it up to be a system to now receive money every single month, you will pretty much be set. But basically, the most common way that people do make money with email newsletters is to treat it as a funnel to point your audience towards a paid product, and you're funneling them or you're encouraging them to now join your email newsletter, where you will continue to feed them good information and valuable information, and then eventually encourage them to join whatever paid program or whatever paid course or whatever paid product that you have available that can help them even more. And a really good thing about newsletters is that you can actually sell it once it becomes big enough, because people will pay for data, and the data is in the list that you have. The list of people that you have subscribed to your newsletter is very, very valuable, especially for companies in specific niches that are looking to market to audiences that you may, or an audience that you may have built up. Now, the third side hustle on this list is digital marketing services, and I've talked about this before in previous videos. Being a freelance digital marketer is one of the best ways to make side money or side hustle money in this gig economy, because there's a lot of businesses, there's a lot of individuals, there's a lot of companies that can utilize the services of a digital marketer, whether that be pay-per-click advertising, paid social advertising, whether that be search engine optimization, content strategy. There's a lot of services that you could provide as a digital marketer, which is why it's one of the best ways to make money in this economy. And you can take on so many different assignments. It could be contract work for companies where you're just going in and working for a company for a couple months, or it could be like full-time, like freelance stuff where you're only a contractor to other companies. And there's so many ways to go about this. Like, you can be the one to actually perform the tasks that these companies need, or you could be the one to just consult them on what services or what things that they can do to, improve their social presence, or basically advise them on how to scale their business. So consulting is actually really popular too, because you basically get to oversee all the aspects of a business's digital marketing strategy, and you get to kind of put pieces in place, and then you can decide whether you want to fulfill on those services, or they kind of have to fulfill on it yourself, or that company has to fulfill on it themselves. Maybe they already have a digital marketing team and they just need more direction. Or you can go about this in a different way, where you kind of just network with other people who can fulfill those services and maybe get a referral fee, or maybe you build out that team and you're not actually performing those services, but you're bringing these people in to do this work. There's so many different ways you can do it. I've talked about this on a previous video of some of the ways, or some of the freelance jobs that I've done in the past for digital marketing, typically around SEO and PPC. And if you guys want to know a little bit more about different jobs that you can perform, or different services that you can perform as a digital marketing freelancer, then make sure you guys go ahead and check out a video I'll leave down in the description box. And it's basically going over the top positions that I believe are in digital marketing where you can make a good amount of money. But I'll give you guys a brief overview right now. You have social media marketing services, email marketing services, content marketing services, pay-per-click marketing, affiliate marketing. You could be an affiliate manager, SEO consulting, paid search, paid social, and these all have different skill sets that come along with them. So you have a plethora of different opportunities and different services to be able to sell business owners on and make a good profit from it. So I think this is always going to be, one of my favorite side hustles, especially being in the industry myself. And another reason why I love this side hustle is because you can turn this into a career. You can start out freelancing and turn it into a career, or you can start out as a career and turn it into a freelance or a complete full-blown business. So you can kind of pick which direction that you want to go to at different phases of your life. At some point you might want a full-time job. At some point you might want to just freelance, and it gives you the opportunity to do so. I'll leave another link to another video down low about how you guys can actually start a career in digital marketing in 2023, even if you have no experience or no college degree. And if you guys are getting any value from this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more videos. Now, another side hustle I was talking about, or that I briefly mentioned earlier, is affiliate marketing. And this is one of my favorite ways to make money online, because it's really, really simple. And it's one of the best ways that you can make money while you're sleeping. So affiliate marketing is when you promote other people's products, and it's as simple as your audience clicking a link that you refer them to about a product that you actually believe in, and they actually purchase the product. So it's as simple as this. If I was to refer you guys to a product in my video, I would put the link down below. I would let you guys know, hey, this is a product that I use, this is a product that I believe in, and this is a product that I believe can help you. And then if you purchase that product, I get a small kickback from that. So that is affiliate marketing in a nutshell. It's really simple. You don't have to create your own product. You're simply promoting other people's products. The ethical part about it is being able to promote products that you actually believe in. Now, I want to tell you guys a quick story about how I was able to utilize affiliate marketing and make $1,000, and I didn't even expect this to happen. A few years back, I made a real estate video about a specific product or a few specific products, and I just compared them all, and I gave you guys basically a breakdown of my favorite product out of the 3. And a lot of people found that video really interesting. It's one of my top performing videos, and people still buy this product to today. And it's really interesting because I made $1,000 from this video. I didn't expect it to blow up. You know, sometimes you make these YouTube videos, you don't know which one is really going to blow up, but it was nice to actually receive that. And it was recurring income for a couple months. It was like a couple dollars here every single month until it hit like $1,000, or a couple $100 every single month until it hit $1,000. And that was really nice. Now things have slowed down from that video because it was like a year plus ago, 2 years plus ago. So that was really cool and really unexpected at the same time. But yeah, that's basically how you do affiliate marketing. And it's similar to other side hustles that I mentioned here, where you pretty much have to have an audience in order to start making some money. You don't have to have a huge audience, but you know, if you only have a few hundred people watching your videos and you're referring products to these people in your videos, I don't even know what the percentage is, but it's a very small percentage of people that will actually go and buy that exact product that you are referring them to. So you do kind of have to have a built up audience to do this and do it in a sustainable fashion. And the best part about affiliate marketing is that you can do it anywhere. You can literally do it on blogs and websites. You can do it on YouTube. You can do it on podcasting. You can do it on your social media channels. You can literally post affiliate links in your Instagram bio or your TikTok bio, you know, and encourage people to buy whatever product. It's really, really simple. And all it takes is just signing up for an affiliate program that you actually are interested in and taking that link that they give you and posting it wherever you need to post it. Now, as I said, in order for this to be a sustainable business, you kind of have to build up an audience. But there are affiliate marketers out there whose business and whose primary business is affiliate marketing, and you can make anywhere from a few dollars to millions of dollars. It really just depends how serious you take it. Obviously, you have to have a more structured and organized way of doing so than just putting random links everywhere. So don't spam your audience with links, but this is a great way to make money online. So how you get started, as I said, you pretty much have to choose a platform and decide where you want to start marketing whatever products that you're interested in to your audience. It could be any platform, as I mentioned. Let's say you start on YouTube, you start building up your audience around this topic, and then you start promoting products in that topic. So pretty much you choose your platform, you choose the products that you want to promote, you pretty much apply to these different product programs. These different product programs, or you reach out to affiliate managers of these programs and basically try to get a link. Sometimes it could be as simple as signing up on the website and you automatically get a link, or sometimes for really specific products, you might have to, you know, message the company or try to email the affiliate manager to work out a relationship to get a link. So that's something that, you know, you have to figure out for whatever niche that you're in. And then pretty much, like I said, you have to be ethical about this. It should be products that you're actually, that you can actually put your, you know, face behind, essentially, like that you actually vouch for. And then pretty much from that point on, you're just referring your audience to this product and you get paid. Now, Amazon Affiliates is actually not my favorite affiliate program because they pay so little, but it is a great way to get started and a very easy way to get started in affiliate marketing. So you guys can check that out. Now, number 5, or the 5th side hustle, is something I mentioned before, which is digital products. Being able to create a digital product that actually sells is like one of the best ways to make money online, because the best part about digital products is that you don't have to keep physically fulfilling anything. You can sell as many as you like, and as many people that want to purchase it can purchase it from you, and there's no extra work on your end once you create the actual product. So basically, digital product, as I was saying, is kind of like an intangible asset that could be sold online and distributed without having to replenish any inventory. Now, we know a lot of people talk about how important it is to buy physical real estate, but let's talk about digital real estate, because both are assets. Being able to create an online presence and an online footprint and create assets online is pretty important as it is to create assets offline, or in, you know, the real world, I should say. And the reason why this is important is because pretty much everybody consumes digital assets. You're watching this video now, hopefully you'll stay to the end, but you're watching this video now and it is a digital asset. It is on YouTube and it's a free asset, but there's ways that, you know, you can create, or I can create, digital assets to sell, and now this is now building up an income for me. And this could be anything from courses, as I mentioned, ebooks, templates. There's so many digital products that you can create out there. And I've actually created an ebook in the past, about a year ago. It's basically about how, when I was in real estate, I was basically using YouTube in order to generate a lot of leads. So I was really knowledgeable in that particular area, and I created an ebook around that to help other agents. It was like a few dollars, maybe like $13 or $14, and a good amount of people actually bought it. I never really promoted it that hard, except for mentioning it in a few of my YouTube videos, but that was a great way. I mean, there would be some days I would wake up to people buying 3 or 4 books. I mean, it's not life-changing income, but you wake up and you kind of feel good that like people are purchasing from you. It could be gas money, it could be lunch, it could be your phone bill. So, you know, once you get the ball rolling, it's really nice to start seeing those transactions come in, and it's really simple because you know you don't have to do anything else to add to that, you know, transaction basically, or to add to that system. And it's really nice because you know you don't have to do anything else in order to make money from that particular product. So that's the great thing about online assets or digital assets, is that pretty much there's low overhead because there's no inventory that you're keeping. Even when you're selling books, it's not like you have to physically hold the books in your office or whatever. You can sell them directly through Amazon, which is what I did. So they pretty much have the books, and whenever somebody purchases it, then they now create it and sell it or send it to the customer. So it's low overhead and high profit margins. And this is another way you can actually offer free products to your customers and provide more valuable information to them. I love providing content, free content, but there is a time and place to create paid content so you can actually reap some financial benefits. So as I mentioned, a couple different products that you could sell: educational products like online courses. You can sell the license to some of your digital products, such as stock footage or, you know, stock videos and images, sound effects. You could sell membership sites, you could sell digital templates, you could sell services. And it's pretty simple to create a product. All you have to do is pretty much have a skill and then be able to teach that skill to others. Basically, the ability to turn complex ideas in your head and put them on paper or on a computer so other people can understand and learn from you. And you really don't have to be the world's best expert in order to put a product out there, although I know it's really easy to have imposter syndrome because you'll feel like, you know, who am I to create this and sell it to somebody? I think all creators go through that, but it's important to know that as long as you're pretty much one step ahead, meaning that you are able to provide information that can help just one person, it's worth putting it out there. So that's digital products in a nutshell. Now, the 6th side hustle is video editing. And this could be short form videos or long form videos. Obviously, we know like the top platforms are really pushing short form content, so this is why I included it in here. Facebook has, you know, Facebook Reels, I think it is, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and of course TikTok, which was the main company that started like the short form videos, or that's the platform that it blew up on, I should say. So there's a really great opportunity for short-term video editing, and there's always going to be an opportunity for long-form video editing, such as videos on YouTube, obviously being a huge portion of the, I guess, video economy, but also other platforms coming into play like Rumble, and just being able to edit videos for so many different other things like commercials, movies, and everything like that. So video editing will always be a really good side hustle because it's just so in demand, especially right now. We know that people consume more video than ever nowadays, and it's only expected to continue to grow because our eyes need to be fixated on something that's going to keep our attention, which is typically videos more than any other type of content. So the creator economy is growing, and more jobs are going to be available, especially for video editors. So if you learn this skill, you will be able to provide this to so many people. So you can go as far as starting to build a team of video editors that can actually take on the work for you, and you pretty much just do the selling. There's so many ways that you can do it, but if you learn the skill of video editing, you will be in demand for a long time. So that's a skill that I really recommend that, you know, if you're looking to make some money, you can start learning. And it doesn't take long to learn how to edit videos, especially with the software that is available nowadays, which makes editing so simple. A lot of people aren't looking for like these super crazy video edits. They're looking for like simple edits that can just get the message out. So if you're able to do something as simple as that, then you can start charging literally tomorrow. All it takes is for you to hop on a platform that, you know, you think makes sense for you to be able to edit videos, whether it's a free platform. There's a lot of free platforms out there, and there's a lot of paid video editing platforms out there, but you pick one and you just start playing around with videos and editing videos, and then you can provide those services immediately. Like, I know my videos are very simple. They're just like cuts basically, and it's not, you know, anything complex. So, you know, a lot of people can take on that job. So even though the video editing is becoming super popular and there's becoming like more high competition for it, as long as you're able to separate yourself from like the really bad editors, because there's a lot of really bad editors, then you'll always pretty much be able to provide a service to people, you know, and charge people to edit their videos. Or like I said, you might not edit any videos. You might just build a team to edit videos for you and just have them edit all that stuff. So there's a lot of ways to do it. And last on my list before I tell you guys how I make some money is starting a YouTube channel, which is my favorite way of doing it, which is why I'm doing YouTube right now. My absolute favorite way to distribute and create content is on YouTube. I love creating videos. YouTube is how I digest the most amount of content in my life. So for me to be on YouTube, it's pretty just like congruent with my lifestyle, and you know, I put out information that I also enjoy watching. So it kind of just goes hand in hand for me, so which is why it's one of my favorite ways, or one of my favorite side hustles. So YouTube, you definitely can make money on this platform, but similar to podcasting and some other more passive ways of generating income, it takes time. So it's not like you get on YouTube and you start making money right away. The average person, it takes about 18 months, I believe, to hit their first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, but I believe it's around 18 months. Now over the years, I've casually updated videos, but when I started in real estate, I started to really upload like 3 times a week, and I was paying somebody to do this. So I took it very serious, and that's when I was able to actually be monetized within about 7 months. And that's when I started really gaining momentum and, you know, basically kind of took off with the YouTube thing, until obviously that I slowed down. There's a big gap on my channel, as you guys can probably tell, when I got married and everything like that. But it is one of the best ways to make money online, because I love passive forms of income. Providing a service is probably the fastest way you can generate income online, or, you know, create a side hustle, because that's a direct exchange of time. If you're providing a service like one-on-one consulting, you'll get paid that same day, but YouTube, it takes time to build up. So I love YouTube because, as I said, like, it's more passive. So if I make enough videos and make enough valuable content for people will watch videos, and I'll get paid through many different ways on YouTube, which is great over the months and years to come down the line. So it's definitely a long-term play. And if you guys don't know, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, right behind Google, which is why Google bought YouTube, because they saw how big it was getting. So there's a lot of people on YouTube, and if you could just find a niche that you are knowledgeable about and provide information to these people, you can make a decent living on YouTube as well. Now, YouTube isn't my full-time income. I do have a full-time job, but at some point I do plan on it becoming a full-time income, so that's what I'm working towards. Now, obviously, YouTube can be used for entertainment, but I personally use it for information. I find a lot of information on YouTube. I mean, I do a lot of my digging on here, and like, I can watch information on YouTube about like anything, and I will honestly be engaged, or I'll watch YouTube in the background when I'm working, or listen to YouTube in the background when I'm working. I just love YouTube. And there's a bunch of different ways to monetize on YouTube, similar to podcasting. YouTube has their partner program, which, as I mentioned briefly earlier, if you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you are able to monetize your channel and get paid through ads. And they recently added a standard where if you have 10 million shorts views in 90 days, that'll also get you monetized as well. So a couple other different ways to make money on YouTube is selling merch, crowdfunding, similar to like real estate, where you can gather a bunch of people to like invest into other things. There's a few YouTubers out there who are in real estate that actually utilize their YouTube audience, encourage their audience to invest with them in certain products. So crowdfunding is definitely a way of making money. You could do fan funding, which are basically donations, which I mentioned earlier, like Patreon. You could do super chats on live streams, where people basically are able to donate whatever they want to your channel during a live stream, which is really cool. You could do things like channel memberships, where YouTube is like really incorporating all these different forms of making money directly on the platform, which is really cool. And I did hear that YouTube is coming out with a way for you to now produce or keep your course on YouTube. If you create an online course, you can put it on YouTube and have people view it on YouTube, which would be super crazy, because then you might never get on YouTube. But the thing with that is that you don't want to have all your forms of monetization on YouTube, because you'll be dependent strictly on YouTube. So if anything ever happens to YouTube, then you won't have your audience. So it's always good to diversify, even within online sources of income, because you don't want to be completely reliant on one platform, which is why there's other ways that you want to direct your audience. For example, email newsletter, as I was mentioning earlier, that is a way you can always interact with your audience, whether any platform shuts down. You can also license your content on YouTube. You can do sponsorships, and you can do affiliate marketing, which I told you guys a story about my affiliate marketing journey. So there's a lot of ways to make money. But like anything, in order to create a sustainable business from it, it has to be like a strategic flow or organization in order to make this like sustainable income, in order for you to get paid every single month. As I mentioned, I'm not necessarily there yet, but I do have the blueprint, which is why I'm working it. So I'm pretty confident that I will get to that point. But the point is, you can't just like randomly upload videos and expect to make this a career. You have to be pretty dedicated to it for quite some time. But I will tell you, it's one of the best businesses to start because you don't need much to get it going. You need your camera, you might get a mic. So it's another one of those opportunities that is super low overhead with the ability to make pretty much unlimited income in various different ways. You don't want to be one of those creators that are basically struggling to make money, but they have millions of subscribers or millions of followers. Like, you have to know the business side of online marketing, or utilizing YouTube, or utilizing any platform in order to create an audience. It's not about having 1 million followers on YouTube. You can honestly make a good amount of money from a small following. It could be 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers. You don't have to have 1 million in order to make a good amount of money. You just have to know how to actually monetize your audience. So I'm here to tell you that you don't need to be Mr. Beast in order to make a lot of money on YouTube. So that's my list of side hustles. Now, these are more passive side hustles, except for, the digital marketing services that I recommended, which, as I said, that's a specific service. So if you provide a service, that's the kind of the fastest way to make money online, directly, giving your time to receive money in exchange. So you can focus on more passive side hustles, or you could focus on more of the active side hustles. It's really up to you. If you have a job that you like, then you might want to focus. That'll be like your active income, your earned income. Then you might want to focus on passive side hustles. But if you're looking to get out of your job, if you hate your job, then you might want to focus on an active side hustle like digital marketing services, where you can start to build that up and that can be your active income, and now utilize that income to invest into passive sources of income. So you kind of always, like, when you're starting your journey, you have to have like your active form of income and then your passive form of income. So you don't want to just work on a passive source of income if you don't have any active income, which is basically, active income is money that you can make today, within a week, 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. Passive income is money that you will be getting paid over time. So you should have these two sources of income when you are kind of getting started on your journey of financial freedom. So what you want to do is basically figure out what you're skilled at or what you're interested in, and hone in on that skill, build that skill up, and provide that service to other people. And then you can start to build up your cash flow. So if you guys enjoyed this video and it provided value, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you're interested in learning some of the best digital marketing jobs of 2023, make sure you go ahead and check out this video right here.